What is going on, Twitch chat and also the Discord stage channel? Welcome to Strats Weekly for the week of 30 April 2022, last Strats Weekly of April. I hope everybody had a good week and your weekend has been going pretty well as well. Swingliners, Eric, Braden, how y'all doing?
Super duper.
Engineer, I see you out there in the chat. Lucino down there in the audience peeping us while he's doing stuff. Strats Kobop being creepy down there. The audience also recording our every word. Man, this week just like kind of disappeared out from underneath me. Anybody else?
Auth, I have to say there's a certain lack of flow today.
Oh yeah, there's no, it's there, but like the hair's all still here. It's just braided right now, under control. I got some stink eye from the wife. Was a bit sick of me looking like Hobo Jesus. Decided I needed to look a bit more presentable. Prefer it. So here we are, slightly more done up. That's what's going on. Oh, welcome to Strats Weekly. We talk about all things going on in Strats, and then get on massive tangents. And I have to wrangle cats. Do it every week. This week, like most weeks, Strats Weekly, sponsored by Bawls. For those who don't know, an energy drink. Tasty. It's been around forever. It's still around, and it still sponsors all sorts of things, including lots of smaller projects, which I really appreciate compared to, Rockstar, Monster, etc. Those guys chasing their big things. Red Bull has like their own like extreme sports stuff. Like, Bawls is like, no man, we're good with the little guy. We like the little guy. Appreciate that.
Did you get another case?
No, I bought this one. But you know what? I'm still saying that they sponsored it on good faith because they did sponsor it, and we're actually working to get but no, I did end up buying a case. I mean, that was gonna happen anyhow. Now I can drink it when I want to, not just during the stream, which is what I was doing with the case they sent me. Everybody wins. I just used to talk about some games though. Oh, hey, let's get out of here. Wait. Let's talk games. So if we get real tangential again, we have time for it. First game, as always, ESO. For those who don't know, ESO is a buy-to-play MMO. Means you pay for it, and then after you've paid for it, you can play it. You don't have to pay a subscription fee. There is an optional premium subscription if you want some extra perks in-game that is available. I believe it can be bought with in-game money as well, not just real-life currency. It is an incredibly intricate and diverse game. You can do so many different things with your build. That's one of the big attractions to it. And a lot of their focus with balance this year is on making some of the less powerful things more powerful so that there's even more build diversity. You can play it in first person, you can play it in third person. It's set in the Elder Scrolls universe. It started, I think, before the events of Oblivion, but now we're at or post the events of Oblivion. I'm not really sure. Taco's the guy who knows more than most about how everything runs with that. Oh, I forgot to hit this. Oh, what are we doing? This is a Strats Weekly. Strats Weekly. Not ping everybody though. We already had that one rogue at everyone attempt. Why do people assume that you can just jump into a large Discord server and that everyone is going to have access to the @everyone permission? Like, just blows my mind that people think that's a thing.
Is that a Discord Karen? Are we experiencing Discord Karens?
No, we had a drive-by. Somebody tried to come in and spam. Like, that happens all the time. And the bots usually stomp it out really well. But They tried to do an at everyone, and like, yeah, that'll work in like a small server where with no moderation and with people who don't know how to set things up. But like any server anywhere even close to the size of the Strats Code Discord, like, there's no way that permission is going to be enabled for a new join. Just untenable to think that that's a thing. It floors me that people even attempt it, I guess, because like, why would that possibly be the thing? What up, Das? See you down there. Das, I haven't told you yet. I just wanted to say I do very much like your duck. Good duck.
And in addition to that, I wonder what kind of success they see with that. Like, I can't imagine ever being in a server, seeing someone who's not part of that server at everyone and be like, hey, like, come check out my stream, or like, hey, come join this server. And then I'd be like, oh, okay, this person seems like a cool person I want to associate with.
Yeah, like, it's the same thing with the people who do like drive-by Twitch chat or Twitch streams in like the streaming channel. They show up in the server and they immediately just like drop a link to their stream, like, hey, I'm live streaming such and such. Is like, cool, but why do I care? Like, who are you?
Not gonna lie, I check that out about 70% of the time, and it's always someone sitting in there with like one viewer and the most terrible stream ever. Every time.
Is that why you check it out every time they do it?
Yes.
I mean, honestly, that's probably what I would expect it to be, because figure if you are a successful streamer, if you know what you're doing, or you at least have an inkling of what you should be doing, then you understand that that's not how you grow a viewership, an audience, community of any sort. You can't just run around and try to pilfer other communities for members, especially, you come to a server like ours. We predominantly play MMOs here. So if you're not streaming one of the MMOs that we're playing, definitely barking up the wrong tree. Like, yeah, we got people who play other stuff too, but I don't know. It's very interesting to me how people behave like that.
We live in the era of no advertising is bad advertising, and no cloud is bad cloud. We have the Logan Pauls of the world, where like any type of exposure is good exposure, so any type of spamming is good spamming. So they just go and they kind of shotgun it, where they shoot everywhere and hope something sticks.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's like they've got the notion that you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, but the problem is, like, you're disenfranchising more people than you're gaining, I think. Like, I'm not, if somebody drops in here, and the first thing they do is drop their Twitch stream, I wouldn't even, like, I would never watch their Twitch stream, probably, even if they ended up sticking around and actually like starting to talk a whole bunch and stuff like that. The likelihood of me checking their Twitch stream based on that initial bad taste I got in my mouth from them, pretty low likelihood that I'll ever go around there. Vecino wants to know if we're going to talk about WoW this time. I don't know. Are we going to talk about WoW this time, Vecino? Somebody who wants to talk about WoW will have to come up here to talk about WoW. Maybe Zarek will talk about WoW. We'll find out. But we're not talking about WoW. We're talking about ESO. That's a different tangent.
Wow.
Tangent.
An engineer out here.
Okay. Yeah. Wow, man. Let's talk about WoW.
You want to talk about WoW? We got to talk about ESO first.
Yeah, fair.
We can talk about WoW. I suppose if we have time, we can make some time to talk about WoW. Yeah. We play a lot of ESO. For reference, I saw the guys and gals were running something earlier today. I didn't see what they were doing. I think they had trials this morning, or around lunchtime when I got on. There was about 8 people down here doing something. We got over 600 in the Discord server. Last time I checked, the actual in-game guild was hovering in the low 400s, or maybe high 300s at this point. I know there was a big purge recently of inactives to make room for some more people who want to be active. If you are interested in joining us, we're playing on PC in a mega server. All you gotta do, grab the role from Rules and Rolls. Twister. Head down to Skimadin, say you're looking for an invite, and somebody can get you sorted out. Dies a lot. is the current guild lead. He can obviously get you in there, as could some of the other leads who are in there. But you don't have to wait for him or like Tubeway or somebody like that. Most people in the guild, if you've been in the guild for at least a few days, maybe a week, something like that, you automatically get invite permissions, so they can easily accept an invite for you. We've got additional information in the TESO info channel, including the guild rules and information on how to put in a crafting request, because we do some guild crafting, especially for newer players, to help you get started out. So there's a lot to take in, and getting progressed through some of the game so you can get into some of the end game and play the real game. There's some ways we can help you out with crafting stuff. They've got details on how to do that in here as well. Like I said, PC in a mega server. Head into Scoot in, ask for somebody to give you an invite. Most likely guys or Tubeway can catch you, but anybody else who happens to be around could catch you as well, get you in there. We do a guild lottery every week. We fundraise for the guild trader. This week we gave away whatever half of over 600,335 is. It's math. I'm bad at math. 15. I'm not gonna try and do this. Seven, over 315,000. 17, 317.5, 317,750 gold. Bam, figured it out. Gave that away. Anybody who donates in at least 500 gold increments to the guild bank is automatically entered into the weekly raffle. We give half of it back to the community through the raffle, and the other half is used to bid on our guild trader. You know, out here shooting shade about people who were hanging out down in Tavern, not hanging out up here. Yeah, lots of stuff going on in ESO. Lots of content dropping. I don't know what the most recent content drop or the next upcoming one is. Since Ascending Tide, I know, is out already. I know there's supposed to be another one pretty soon, because I think they're doing at least 4 major drops this year. But I'm not 100% what the next one is. I know there's a lot of content coming. Yeah, hit it up. Join us out there. Next game we should probably talk about real quick was a little EVE Online. If you don't know, EVE Online, space MMO, massive scale, full loot PvP, been going for a long time, very long time, very old game, with a incredibly active player base still. You play as a capsuleer. You are neurologically linked into your ship, and you can learn skills with injectors. I just know they're called skill injectors. I don't actually know how they work. You inject skills, and you learn things. It's like the Matrix, but space. It's like Star Citizen if Star Citizen was out and also required spreadsheets. Incredibly difficult or complicated game, EVE Online. Simple to get into, and the learning curve is exponential and seems to never end. But we've got gluttons for punishment who love playing it and play it all the time. Our current over 300 people on the Discord with the EVE Online role, the Pretenders role, hanging out in New Eden doing stuff. It's a little quiet right now, but there are a handful of events scheduled in the upcoming some number of days. There's a lot of ways you can play EVE. I made the Star Citizen comparison mostly because Senich was talking about Star Citizen earlier. They just had their most recent update. But you can do EVE Online, you can fight, you can do trade and commerce, you can do pirating type stuff, you can do mining, a lot of stuff. A lot of different ways to play it.
Very goods.
Yeah, you could just be a trucker. Like, you could be a space trucker. That's the thing. Like, people do need to move goods, because you cannot just, go to a single station and access the goods that are on all of the stations everywhere. And just because you gathered something and stashed it somewhere doesn't mean that you're at the most advantageous location to sell it. You might need to relocate all of your stuff or move it somewhere so that it can be refined or crafted into something more valuable, which you'll then sell somewhere else. Porthos is insane at understanding all that. That dude makes money hand over fist in Eve. It's actually ridiculous. He is our fearless leader down here by himself right now.
Yeah, it started in 2004, so not too long before it'll be around for 20 years as a single server game.
Yeah, honestly, it's the single server part that's crazy to me. With all the different games out there that have their different like broken up servers and such like that, it just blows my mind that there are single server MMOs like this that obviously do it well and have been doing it for a very, very long time. We, Strats Co., we live in wormhole space. We actually own a wormhole because we call dibs on it. We put our little flag up in it, so to speak. But that is not the only thing we do. We do high sec, low sec, null sec. We do PvE and PvP. And within the Pretenders Alliance, which includes ourselves, Voidhounds, and Helix, we get up to all sorts of shenanigans. So even if maybe Strats Co. As a corporation isn't the best fit for you based on what you want to do, there are other corporations within our alliance that are up to all sorts of shenanigans as well, and we regularly are playing together. To that end also, we are not only recruiting individuals, but if you are a corporation who is looking to join an alliance, especially if you're interested in wormhole space, and especially if you are OCE SEA time zone, where we are constantly on the lookout to help strengthen our numbers in that time zone. We have people playing from that time zone. We have people playing across multiple EU time zones, as well as a whole bunch of the NA time zones. We're just trying to shore up some of our thinner spots. But the EVE Online channel, I mean, Porthos is up here in the tavern right now, but the EVE Online channel is very, very rarely, if ever, empty. There's always at least a couple of them on, running around playing and doing stuff. But yes, if you'd like to join us in New Eden, rules and rolls, grab the EVE Online deal, head to EVE Info, got the details on how to get authenticated on our Discord, because you will not see all of these channels when you hop in here because of OPSEC reasons, loot PvP and all that. You can get all the information on how to authenticate, and asking Internet Spaceships, you can get a recruiter there. They also have an in-game channel for recruits. I think it's either Pretenders Recruiting or 21 Sep Recruiting, something like that. I don't remember. T-Pose Recruiting? I don't remember. We have so many silly things, and I don't fully understand the chat system in EVE as somebody who doesn't actually play it. But there's a lot of ways to get in touch with somebody. Porthos is a great POC. If you can't get hold of Porthos, which would blow my mind, but if for some reason you couldn't, Vecino could talk to you. You could also speak with Mazix or Wex, or what am I forgetting? There's at least one other person that would be a good pick. That's it. You should talk to his Siri also, if you can pull him away from whatever he's currently playing. Siri never quits EVE. He just takes breaks to play other games periodically. Always goes back.
Is the WoW of some people.
I mean, I think EVE is more of a WoW for people than WoW is for most people. Like, EVE is purported to be the game you truly can never quit.
Oof.
You always end up back in there.
That's some big shoes to fill.
I mean, there's just, from what I understand, I mean, it really is what Star Citizen is trying to be. It's just not first person. Like,
it's thing is, when you quit the game, you win. So when
Do
you
you?
come back, you lose.
I was gonna say.
Do you really?
I was gonna say you quit the game and then you lost everything.
Oh yeah, wow. Yeah,
It's fucked
I'm
up.
still, I'm
Can't believe I
still,
brought that up.
still asking Siri for all my stuff.
Oh man. Taco was parked in a Taco had all his stuff parked in a structure that got nuked. A full loop PvP. So rip all of Taco's stuff. Oh man. So yeah, play a lot of Eve. If you want to join us in New Eden, head down, Internet Spaceships, ask for a recruiter, then get you all the details on that. Oh, next game we gotta talk about. Lost Ark. For those who don't know, somehow, Lost Ark came out earlier this year to incredible hype. It is an MMO that plays like an ARPG. Think of like playing Diablo, but with full-blown MMO systems like housing, crafting, raids, things of that nature. There are, what are we up to? 15, 16 playable classes now in NAEU with the release of Glavier, not to be confused with the vastly inferior Lance Master from overseas. And then, of course, we have Destroyer coming next month. Well, we are playing on both East Coast and West Coast. Balton for the West Coast and Avesta in the East Coast. We have multiple in-game guilds because apparently 30 is an appropriate player cap for an MMO guild. We are slowly working to consolidate everybody down. In the East, we are consolidating down to Stratsco and Stratsco Shields. In the West, we are consolidating down to Stratsco, Stratsfire, and then the OCE SEA branch is in Strats Water. So, how about those bots, eh? That they totally handled, except didn't.
It's a sore subject. We don't talk about those.
Cybo talked about it today. I don't know if anybody saw that
You
video.
mean the ones that they are combating that makes people who just want to play the game unable to play the game?
When I saw
Yeah.
that we had queues again this morning, it blew my mind. Like, it should be. So, like, the thing is, like, Lost Ark's population is not bad, and I can't speak for the East because I never look at the East side of things because I'm playing on West. But when I log on, and we've had like regular occurrences, like Volton's always been like a pretty populated server. Like the OCE SEA unofficial or community decided that it was the official / unofficial OCE SEA server because they never gave them OCE SEA servers. But when I see like our server and one other server typically is busy, and then all of a sudden starting last week, every server in NA West is listed as busy, not that many people magically started playing when Glavier came out. Like, how is this not obvious, very obvious, massive bot problem?
I have a solution. It's a little radical, but we should do what they have in Korea, and have it backed up by Social Security numbers.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, all those Americans are really gonna love giving their personal information to a private company.
I mean, let's get down
You
this tangent.
think Amazon hasn't already figured out your Social Security number?
Oh, 100%.
I mean, the
I
credit
don't
bureaus
care,
are
like,
private companies. They have all our information. So
yeah, but most people that think that their personal information is secure don't think that it actually is secure. They live in a bubble.
it's not secure. None of it's secure.
No, it's
but
not.
I would not want to have to actually like put that information personally. But I mean, like, I don't understand how you can't go, there's a character that's literally just like running in a circle in the same location. Like, it's just running between 3 or 4 points cyclically.
Obviously, you never see me play WoW. I'm running around Ironforge in circles for hours.
I need to know how these bots can work exactly the same way they've worked since day one, with all the work that Amazon and Smilegate have supposedly put into it. Yet
Whoa.
I can't play this game on Linux because of I can't even inject the a different graphics processor into the files without easy anti-cheat shutting it down.
Huh. I mean,
you can't throw Vulkan in there. I mean, like, you were able to throw Vulkan into the KR and all the other clients, but because US has easy anti-cheat, you can't do that. I need to know how all these other programs can circumvent that so that I can run my game with.
well, they're not cheating. Like, obviously, trying to use different drivers gives you a competitive advantage. Cheater.
Wish we had an expert in here on botting in MMOs.
You mean like an actual bot, Vecino?
Come and enlighten us.
He's in the audience, though. You can't.
But
he
I
probably
would
can't
love
actually
an idea of like getting like your account attached to like a MAC address or something like that. That is much easier, much harder to fake.
I mean, there's the thing, like, it doesn't have to even be perfect, right? It just has to be, there has to be some sort of bar to entry that makes it harder. Like, when they did the, you know, your account has to be trusted or whatever, it has to have, like, proven to have had some sort of purchase or something like that, your Steam account, that is. That did quite a bit to at least curtail things initially. I just can't believe that we can't come up with a more permanent solution.
I do have a great solution.
All right, what is your solution?
Just play Albion.
That's not a solution. That's just like, that's like throwing water on a grease fire. More problems than it's worth.
No way. Best game.
Okay.
Well,
As much as
It
you keep
is.
trying to throw
It
that out,
is.
man, I don't think anybody's gonna pick up on that. I'm sorry.
one of the CMs did post in the forums that that the West does see an abnormally high amount of bots compared to the other regions.
That's because the West is more willing to throw money down. Like if you look at BDO's revenue, when they went to the West, it tripled what people were willing to spend. Like the amount of whales present on the West sometimes outspend a lot of whales on the East, and the currency exchange is also much more beneficial. So they're willing to throw in more money that way.
Did you mean West, like United States, or West?
Yeah, like West
Coast
United
servers?
States.
I'm talking about the West server though.
Yeah, that's what I was just trying to get clarification. Of course, West people spend more money. We have American dollars. Koreans don't have American dollars.
Yeah, plus if you exchange it, if you get paid in dollars and you change it to, what do they have? Yen? No. Whatever it is, they get more money out of it. So they're more willing to circumvent and try to get bots going.
It just blows my mind that, like, there's obviously, like, those accounts are doing the same thing as, like, a ton of other accounts. Like, the pathing is all the same, and you can tell because they get stuck in the same locations. Like, surely you could be assessing player movement, but I still say my solution is the best, like, or the easiest to implement. It just would require Amazon to spend a little bit of money. Just hire
I
some
still say
people.
my solution is the best.
Your solution is the worst. Your solution is actively bad. Just hire some people, just sit in the servers, and go around and just ban the bots in real time.
You should just have somebody like approving names, you know, like before you start, your name gets approved, and then they catch all the bots because they're named like weird shit. Yeah.
This character's name is 12 consonants. No vowels.
Hey, that's how I name all my characters, man. I just smash my head on the keyboard.
Legitimate strategy. Now it just blows my mind that it's as bad as it is, and there doesn't seem to be a willingness to resolve the issue. And I don't put this on Smilegate. Like, Smilegate's not the one that's distributed this in the West, right? Like, they're not the ones responsible for the server infrastructure, which I don't know what exactly AGS did, but we do know that it has caused some problems compared to the other servers' infrastructure. That's why there's been some issues with some of the patches and stuff like that. But like, there has to be. I don't know how long we have to wait for them to actually, like, pull their heads out of their asses and sort it out, because
About as long as we have to wait for New World.
oof, So never. Yeah, I mean,
The fact that they're still using easy anti-cheat, which is one of the worst systems to catch cheaters because it's failed in every single Eastern MMO. Every single Eastern MMO uses that system, and every single Eastern MMO gets completely bogged down by cheaters. So I don't understand why they still pay that company money.
look, I mean, it catches the
use-
important things like
Vulcan.
Zenith trying to use Vulcan.
They use EAC because it's owned by Epic, who owns fucking Unreal.
Is that true?
And it probably has the best integration.
But doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
I don't know. Why were they? I don't know. They use.
Yeah, my software that does
What
nothing
other? What
perfectly
else?
integrates with yours.
What other? I mean, a lot of third party like anti-cheats are garbage.
Easy anti-cheat was the stuff that they use in Arcade, and they literally killed the game.
It's using a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's just,
But
What was the game?
It's owned by Epic, so.
What was
they
the
use
game
it
where
in-
that was it New World that it happened with the easy anti-cheat debacle where there was some update
I don't know.
that didn't get pushed in and it like locked everybody out? I don't remember.
Oh, I know what
game
you're
it
talking
was.
about. I remember if it was New World.
I can't remember what game it was. I remember sometime late last year there was a big debacle because they fucked up updating easy anti-cheat. Like they pushed an update and it didn't get pushed through. Yeah, Precious says it was New World.
Yeah.
big surprise there.
I think
Dude,
the
I'm back in New
elephant
World
in the
now.
room, though, is that when there's a thriving third-party market for gold, that also is a signal that your cash shop is not balanced correctly. And so I bet that when you look at the numbers, like the data that you see from people making actual transactions, as well as likely it's pretty easy to see what kind of transactions are coming from the bot accounts. It's probably a matter of like, we have to fix that balance prior to destroying the third party market. Otherwise we will, we run the risk at least of killing the player base because it's off balance. They'll just quit, or they won't be able to like meet the demand of the time investment that they would then need, something like that.
Video literally has you unable to do any type of exchange between players, and their auction house is completely regulated where they let you bid on specific prices as items go up and down to completely destroy the bot market and the cheaters market. And they still have issues, but it's minimal because there's literally virtually no way for you to transfer anything between players. So they go to that extent.
I don't know what that, but yeah, I mean, there's other markets, probably other economies, but I think for Lost Ark, a game of that scale, I think that's a serious consideration, especially like when you've just done all the go-to-market work. This is still fresh for this, like the US market.
Plus the fact that you can literally buy your way through content or upgrades with real life money that incentivizes people to pay gold farmers for them to get an edge, and that incentivizes more gold farmers to make money. Because I know several, if not half a dozen people in our guild that have purchased gold from gold farmers.
But I don't think that's not my point. Yeah, there's an incentive in any game when there's a time investment that you have to make in order to level up. When you can buy that material on the auction house, and the currency you're using you can get from a third-party seller, of course there's a huge incentive. My point is that because that mechanism is not balanced appropriately on Lost Ark itself, like the native game, the first party solution is not up to snuff. The risk is if you destroy the third party market, you're also going to take away from the player base that like wants that money investment instead of time investment, and you risk like killing your user base because of it. It's just a theory.
Yeah. Oh, I
He's
mean,
already
same
That's
here.
how
dead.
I would be I mean, if I were like in charge of the product, I would be considering like, what will this do? What's the downstream negative effect of doing this, right?
Just put NFTs in.
Problem solved.
Xeno's on it.
Yeah, I'm with you. If people are spending a ton of money on like a gold, like third party market or black market, then yeah, you're doing something wrong in your game. You've either made it like way too grindy, or you've made stuff from like anybody when they have the same options for the same price from a third party market versus a first party market, they're gonna buy from the first party market. So like you're doing something wrong.
Well, you look at the games that have succeeded in terms of and have the least amount of impact by third-party markets. You look at WoW. The base gear in WoW you cannot buy with money. You have to do raids, right? So that's not something you can buy. I mean, you can pay somebody to carry you, but those are shut down by Blizzard a lot. Then you look at something like ESO. That has a lot of horizontal progression. So you're not required to do grind to the extent to get the best gear. You can just craft it or pay somebody to craft it, and it's very easy and very convenient. So there's no market there. But the fact that Lost Ark is both grindy and a straight up progression through monetary gains, it makes it a paradise for farmers, gold farmers.
Yeah, I think you're agreeing with me. When the balance is off, then killing the third party market risks your user base. So like ideally, I think that a cash shop makes sense, right? If you want to have like an option for time or cash, as long as the balance works and makes sense, then I think it will work. I think Eve does a pretty good job of this actually. Like they've gotten a pretty good market, and it actually like manages itself to, you know, a certain extent. And I think that works pretty well. When it's off, you're always going to have gold farming going on.
Well, and like I'm reminded of the meme of the dude who is it was Asmongold, and I forget who the other streamer was offhand, but they were talking to somebody who had spent like just thousands and thousands of dollars, and he talked about how much gold he got for that money spend, and the dude who's playing in the KR server just like laughed in his face, like, dude, you got hosed. Like, you get like
he
like
spent money third party or like
first
buying
party
crystals.
Okay. Yeah, because like the thing was, he was saying that you got more than 3x the value in gold in KR because the gold inflation is a lot higher over there. There's so much more gold available, so your dollar just goes so much further, and so that lends to the like part of the reason that there may be less issues over in KR, for example, with it is because when you spend your dollar in the cash shop, it goes 3 times further in terms of turning it into in-game gold. Whereas over here, if your options are get a third of what I could get in the KR server, or talk to this third party and maybe I get half of what I could get if I was playing on the KR server. So, if we had a better, if the balance was better, it might de-incentivize some of those.
I mean, I haven't looked in a long time, but the exchange rate to do it legit was just unbelievable last I looked.
Yeah, abysmal.
I mean, it's just a disaster. Like, you'd be stupid to do that.
And it's a bad business.
It's spending like thousands of dollars on like jewelry.
It's a bad, also on the bad side of business, because the whales that spend money in games like video, the money goes directly to barrel biz because they're buying like cosmetics, they're buying pets, they're buying all this crap. Right now, the money that is going to Lost Ark is going to third-party sellers. So even Smiley Gate's not getting the full amount of money they should be getting, right? Because they're like Bozino said, their market is off.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it behooves them, and most companies do come around, right? Even like Blizzard, who really like resisted it for the longest time, finally came around to like the coins and everything, the subscription tokens. It does behoove the companies to to do it legit, to make sure it's balanced in a way that makes sense. It's the only way to do it because people are going to buy no matter what, I think, for MMOs.
I thought of another solution for the spot problem as well. Every loading screen, you do a captcha, and if you fail 3 times, your account gets deleted.
Oof.
There you go.
Rip my account.
You have to sit at the screen at all times.
So a DNA reader at your computer, and you have to like speed into it to be able to connect into Lost Ark.
You know what's
How
crazy?
many
Like
stoplights are in this picture?
in like India, like freelance stuff, like data entry and stuff, they do shit like that. Like they have like terminals and they come up with something like on the screen to ensure that like you're there and working. It takes screenshots like every like 2 minutes. It's crazy.
Well, yeah, we play a lot of Lost Ark around here. If you're interested in joining us, grab the role from Rules and Rolls. Goodness, I'll get that out correctly one of these nights. Head down here. You get some info available in Lost Ark info. You'll also see the Looking for Guild channel, where you can comment, let us know which server you're playing on. If you've got a friend already playing in one of our in-game guilds, then by all means, ask to join that one. Or for you OCE, SEA time zone players, you'll want to be with Strats Water. Just make sure you make a note of that. The way we make sure we get you put with the correct group. Join us in game. Avesta on the east, Valton on the west. Next game, I guess we'll talk about, since people want to talk about it, World of Warcraft. Because there's people playing WoW again. We're back.
I mean,
The only blocker for me is that I've logged in like a couple times just to look, and I'm always like, oh, I gotta reset up my UI.
Yeah.
oh man, I totally forgot what all my stuff is that I used.
I'm like, oh god, the weak
Hell,
ones.
that's all you need, man.
You just need the every time you successfully do a something, you just need to add another active cast bar to the screen. Easy.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man.
BDO, Actionator, Recoras, yeah, this list goes on.
The only thing I remember is
300
Golden,
of
that's it.
them
Yeah.
I think I could get away with only like I could do all the default UI with weak auras and deadly boss mods. I think I'd be okay.
Now they have these LUI suites, right? You do a LUI which installs like all the things you need, so you don't have to mess with anything.
Yeah, but whenever I set those things up, I need to like customize it, and that takes forever.
Well, that sounds like a personal problem to me.
Yeah, it sounds like
I think. Oh wait, yeah, Titan panel. I used to have to do that all the time.
I mean, the cool kids, like the pro raiders and stuff, they use the default UI.
Zeno, are you a pro raider?
Oh,
man,
yeah, you're a top end mythic guy.
Hey,
They use the default UI
default
because
UI.
they jump into the PTR to get all their attempts in before they.
Right. Yeah. So they have to. Huh?
Did you hear they want to? They're like trying to develop better encryption for Dragonflight, so that they want less data mining to happen.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
so
mean,
it's
what a
like
waste
that
of time.
Sense of discovery and shit.
What
Just
a
put a
waste of
captcha
time.
before it.
Dude.
It's gonna get mined regardless. Like, it's not worth it.
Well, yeah, but
I can
Literally
get that,
just
but
wasting resources.
well, they can just put the StarCraft team on it because they're obviously doing nothing.
Oh no, they're
Those
working on
girls
World
in
of Starcraft.
Wowhead
Don't
are
lie to me.
like,
They're working on something.
they're working on something.
They're gonna
Last
get
time
their
they were working on
StarCraft
World
2
of War.
remastered.
Last time they were working on World of StarCraft, they made Overwatch instead.
Look. All I know is that StarCraft is one of the only IPs at Blizzard that doesn't have a mobile app yet. So that's probably what they're working on.
Yeah, they're gonna do
Yeah,
watch
yeah.
apps for StarCraft.
At this point, they could remaster StarCraft 2. Shit.
Oh jeez, man, that's.
You really wanted them to remaster something after the last
Hell,
time?
yeah, man, why not?
Exactly.
Diablo
pretty
2,
Warcraft 3 Remastered, that's a bag of poop on
Diablo
fire.
2 Resurrected
Uh,
hit 5 mil sold. Shit.
The Blizzard launcher remastered.
But yeah, we got a small contingency that took World of Warcraft back out of mothballs. We are playing on Area 52, Horde side.
Horde.
Yeah,
side.
I think there are some alliance peeps. But
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know for
Tarek
sure. there
really
are some
likes those night elves, you know.
Ouchie and Engineer are heading it
But,
up.
but actually, like now that you can be any class, right?
And yeah, you can be
I
any
think
race.
completely- Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think you're gonna see a alliance explosion, to be honest. Because like, think of all the night elf warlocks you're gonna see. And stuff
Wait,
like
you can be like an orc on the alliance side now?
No, but you can be any class, can be any race. Any race.
No,
can
but I
be
thought they
any
were gonna
class.
make it so you could raid between if you could make a raid group
Yeah,
between
I think
Alliance
you
and
can already do
Horde
that.
Yeah, you
now.
can already do that. I'm pretty sure.
In the next patch.
Next patch, okay.
Cross.
Yeah, that's already
cross
been
faction grouping.
There you go. So
No, in Dragonflight, they're doing Rogue, Mage, and Priest are going to be available to every race.
Why not Warrior, dude? I swear to God, anybody can
is.
just. Oh, Warriors already.
Yeah,
One of
Isn't
those?
Warrior already
is.
every race?
Pretty sure.
I thought that was the thing with
That
Warrior.
was like the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now you can have Tauren Rogues.
They're back.
See,
I don't know how
Or
that.
Green
Rogue
Orc.
sounds hilarious.
Yeah.
Green Orc Priest doesn't make sense in the lore, though.
Yeah, well,
It's so far from original now, man.
the sword doesn't exist anymore. So.
Yeah, I'm really upset at the fact that apparently I spent a bunch of money buying all those books, and those books are no longer
canon.
apparently, yeah, they're not canon. So that's a
Yeah.
big fu to the
They
player
were
base.
always just books. They're not canons.
Fair, but the
They're
whole,
not cannons.
The whole time
They're not actually cannons.
What?
They're just
3
books.
expansions ago, though.
When they came out in Legion, they were supposed to be canon, and Dark Horse made this whole thing, and they were sold out within like half an hour of being, and I was one of those idiots that bought those books thinking like, oh man, I really want to know the canon lore.
Oh, you're talking about the Chronicles, all 3 books.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are amazing. But
See,
yeah,
that's the problem when you play a game for the story, though.
Everyone knows you just hit G.
I mean, yeah, who reads quest text? I mean, really.
I know.
Yeah, they're gonna put a little
was like-
marker on
I
my
was-
HUD somewhere on where to go.
I was like, when I do my artillerist, and I'm gonna level back up to 50 slowly, and like get all the adventure tomes, and I'm gonna read the story. Like I'm doing the adventure tomes, I'm doing the Mokoko seeds. Like I'm taking my time. But when it comes to the story, I'm like, no, fuck it, still fuck it, no, still fuck it.
How hard can you press G? Right.
You know what though? If you were to set up a macro to press G quickly for you, that would be the thing that gets you banned. Easy anti-cheat would catch that.
I did do a G macro for mining in Lost Ark.
Did you know that? The story is skippable faster if your frame rates are boosted by using the Vulkan processing?
What the hell is that, Vulcan? I've heard you talking about it. I don't know what that is.
So
I'll listen back. How about
Video just released an expansion for like the Eternal Winter Mountain, and they really want people to like jump in their stories, so they made it where they have cutscenes. But if you if you jump the cutscene, you pass out on certain rewards that they offer. So they're literally making you so you cannot jump the cutscene.
well, that was the joke for the prank from Lost Ark, right?
That sounds awful. No part of that sounds fun or engaging.
They did remember they announced you were going to get
Yeah.
another level token? Or whatever
Power
it's called?
boost. If
Power
you could get
boost,
another power boost
yeah.
if you didn't jump any of the cutscene, and everybody
Turned out
believed
to be
it.
bullshit.
Oh my goodness, that'd have been awful. Oh yeah, so yeah. The Wild Guild back out of mothballs. Area 52, predominantly Horde side, but no doubt we'll have some.
Who's
I think
in
we
charge
have
of
an
that?
alliance. Ouchie and Nightlife have it,
Ouchie and
or is it an engineer?
Engineer.
I thought it was
That should
Taco.
be
I don't know
Engineer.
where Nightlife is, man. Dude's MA.
Well, he got married recently.
Yeah.
He got married.
Well,
so
he
now
also
he's
is, like-
definitely NMA.
Well, he's also
That's
doing
correct.
like it's like gig time for him also. If I'm not mistaken. He's
Oh,
busy
yeah.
all
All
day.
the events are back on right now, so
I think he's
Mhm.
raiding with his other guild too.
Oh, I'm sure he is.
The poop sockers.
The real.
I
the
thought you were
hardcores.
guild lead, Taco. What happened?
I gave it to Ouchie.
He already quit.
I
I've been playing Diablo 3 this week, baby.
the last time Taco was guild leader, man. Yeah, it wasn't.
I've been playing Overwatch 2 beta, baby.
We're gonna anger the biggest losers now because running out of towing.
It's true.
Uh-oh.
Braden's
Yeah.
already just like dying in the Twitch chat. Braden, you want to talk about Biggest Loser?
No.
Okay. roll the credits. We're done. Where's my Biggest Losers? There it is.
Oh, all right. So, biggest loser this week. As many of you know, I made some Bradham guarantees last week, which always go very well.
Did it go well? Did it go well? Did it go well?
So, I was the loser of the week until along came a man named Taco.
Rigged.
It is rigged.
I've always thought
Taco
was a
is
loser.
scamming the system. Aside from
Yeah.
Taco, I was second in
Holy
the
shit.
loser of the week race, but Taco lost a ridiculous 3.33% this week.
Is it
Yeah,
repeated?
it was something
3.33.
like-
That sounds fake.
It was like 13 pounds, bro. When I weighed in,
Yeah.
I was like, fuck.
It was 13 pounds, yeah. I was ready to call hacks, but then I realized.
Amputation.
Yeah, right.
So I just did.
So massive week from Taco, which tosses him back up into second place, which means I also did not move myself up into second place. I even just slightly missed out on third place. So I have now moved up into fourth place.
Good job.
Hey,
So it's still a solid week, but we have a lot of people that have moved up out of Sad Face Land and No Bar Land, but still a few people down there in Sad Face Land. Auth is now in the black. Big week for Auth.
Did it. I was so mad last
Um,
week. I weighed a pound less on Sunday than I did on Saturday last week. I was so pissed off because it would have been just barely, but I would just barely been in the black last week.
But still outside of BON, who is going to be really difficult to catch. Outside of BON and Taco, it's still a damn close race between
I don't know, man.
pretty much everybody else.
I'm coming into the summer months in my work, and it's starting to get hot. So, I lost 40 pounds last year in like 3 months. So let's see.
Okay, we will see.
That the complete lack of water weight in the next for the next couple of months for Das for sure.
I've got a guy I work with who has one of those special scales that tells you like I forgot what he called it, certain fat that's like easy to lose, and he says I've got like 20 pounds of it.
Ooh.
I'm like, okay, and he's like, but you gotta change your diet. He's like, I was like, oh man, that's kind of hard to do, you know.
Just don't eat.
That's a big ass.
Just
That's
don't.
what I
No,
did.
he's
I
got
just
20
didn't
pounds
eat.
of this fat that's easy to lose. All you gotta do is diet, exercise, all the things you would do to lose fat anyway. Any kind of fat.
Yeah, but this will be easy to
it's
lose.
like-
That's fair.
I see so many posts on like intermittent fasting on Reddit. They're like, oh look, but then they're like, what else are you doing? You're like, oh yeah, I'm exercising every day. I'm like, well, there you go.
There you go.
I'm
Yeah,
living
it's
proof that you
rarely-
can do it without exercising.
Yeah, it's rarely like to see huge gains. It's rarely just like one simple thing.
Yeah.
Diet is the biggest by far. But if you really want to see big gains, like you're not going to be able to do just diet or just exercise. It needs to be some combination of both.
Yeah, if you do
There's
just
also
one thing,
the,
it falls off eventually.
It's you need to also make sure you're getting enough sleep. Sleep is often overlooked when people are trying to lose weight, but it's one of the 3 pillars that you need to be managing along with the diet and exercise.
I'm out.
Oh, absolutely, man. That's something I've been trying to get is that sleep, and I found a big improvement actually in just happiness. You know.
I'm pretty happy. I never sleep.
I just have 3 words: third world bacteria. That's how you lose your weight.
That's what I was thinking of, like
Casino is-
malaria or.
Fast track.
I mean, if you're looking for alternative ways, tapeworms are highly recommended.
Yep.
I really don't like the idea that Vecino is so sleep deprived that he can't tell he's sad.
We disabled that
But I
module
can't tell
years
him
ago.
Yeah, you.
Can't complain. No, I get decent sleep.
Good.
Not
Alright.
too bad. I don't know.
Braden, do you have any Braden guarantees for next week?
Do it.
Anything certified before you?
I don't, just because I'm not sure if I'm gonna be. I'm gonna try and get a scale for when I'm in Mexico, but by this time next week I will be in Mexico. So
Can't
Mexico,
you, like,
drink the water so you
Can't
can
you
get.
find
yeah.
like a scale at a supermarket or something? Like,
you know,
I'm sure
they have,
Mexico.
they have Amazon.
I'm sure Mexico has a scale that you could use, like just as a borrow.
Yeah, but those
Maybe.
usually come in grams.
I'll call up Mexico and be like, hey, hey Mexico.
You do have to be careful there, like, joking aside, because their pounds will be different than the pounds here.
Just remember, you want to propose immediately to start that K1 visa process.
Gotcha.
Drink the water. If you really want to lose the weight, get some Mexican water into you. You will lose weight so quickly with that chronic diarrhea, man. You'll just be like number one.
Amazing. I'm just gonna go over like tons of really spicy like street tacos.
With the questionable meat.
Those are
Those are
good.
like
Yeah.
the best, man.
Yeah, the ones that aren't like pork tacos, chicken tacos, just like meat tacos.
You're
Carne
saying you're
asada.
gonna go
Question
find
mark
some
tacos?
on the street, just laying on the ground in the street.
Yeah. You walk up and you're like, oh, like what kind of meat is that? They're like, yes.
You got to get cactus. That's the real deal.
Yo, they have that there. Grilled cactus.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, I'm not joking.
Hey,
Yeah.
Taco,
What is that called?
Taco, Ouchie
Yeah,
just
buddy.
said in the chat, if somebody can dethrone Baowen in the next couple of weeks, he'll donate $100 on top of the current charity donations for this quarter.
Hold on. He said, I have one. If the person on top is still Auth in 2 weeks.
Oh, it's
meant
he said
BO.
Baowen. So you're saying,
Oh, I meant Bao, yeah.
yeah. Oh, wait. So Ouchie, are you saying? Oh, so if Bao keeps it, then you'll donate 100. But if somebody dethrones him, you're not gonna donate. Oh, so Baowen's gotta like stay on top. Taco has to
No,
decide if he's gonna take
it's,
$100 out of the.
Oh, the poor children's hands.
Oh, the person.
Well, not
on
necessarily
top.
children's, just whatever charity.
Sorry, I'm drinking. Lol.
In Vegas, always drinking, baby.
Well, yeah.
Well, I can say I'm not going to be loser of the week next week. There. That's
You
it.
had
Well,
the-
if somebody dethrones Bao, okay, that is. We finally unearthed what he meant to say,
Got it.
which was not even remotely what he initially said.
Did you have to bring out your decoder ring?
Oh man, maybe. Yeah. So also,
It's gone up. It's go. Oh wait, what?
Oh shit! He said if he's still up there,
Ooh.
we're doing 150.
So is it
Damn.
okay?
Ouchie's going hard, bro.
Well, I mean, Taco, you got to go hard if you want him to get to donate that 100.
You gotta watch out, man.
Alright,
Ouchie,
I'm
that
just gonna
sounds like
wait.
real money
Maybe
trading.
let's let him sober up and then see if he posts this guarantee in the Biggest Loser channel.
Oh, he will, 100%. Oh, also, given that our dear Canadian ally, Biggest Loser organizer, is going to be gone for the next several weeks, we will not have fancy graphics from him. You will have some
Fancy
MS
graphics
Paint,
from off.
some MS Paint spectacular graphics from me, probably.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh,
And I tell you they'll be MS Paint spectacular because I am probably gonna forget, and like Saturday as I'm getting things ready, I will probably message Braden and be like, "Yo, dog, where are those graphics at?" And he's gonna be like, "No, dog, I'm in Mexico." I'm like, oh crap.
He's gonna send a graphic just a Mexican flag.
Yeah, I don't foresee that going well because Auth always leaves the setup till the last moment, and you can't create the Biggest Loser graphs
Damn.
until
The last
everybody
moment?
has submitted.
What about the last moment? I've been way better recently.
Beyond the last moment.
No. I start up on things an hour-ish out. Like I'm working on stuff an hour-ish out to make sure everything is still like good to go.
If you want to do graphics, I would start a couple hours early starting next week.
You seem to think that my graphics are going to take that long. I'm gonna show you how.
Actually,
it's
the
done.
graphics themselves is not the long part. It's going through everybody's
the
submissions.
Yeah,
and
getting all the data in there.
Being
correctly.
like, okay, who scored what, and then ranking them, and yeah.
Feels like there's some way to automate that.
Probably. Are you
And
offering?
fudging the data, you know, that
No,
takes time.
yeah, actually, sure. If you send me dummy data, I'll put something together.
Bam.
Bam.
Yeah,
See,
what a
that's what I'm
guy.
talking about. We got talent in here. We should be building something.
If we
We are
could just have
building
a
something.
Python, like a Python script that pulls the
If we
data
build it,
and
they
just
will come.
automatically builds it.
Fuck,
We
you
should
could probably just
do-
make your Google sheet, make a
Like a
Make
chart in the
something-
Google sheet. Yeah.
make a chart that looks decent in Google Sheets, and then just dump it in somewhere.
Just copy paste for the next 3 weeks.
What do you know? Everyone had the exact percentages as last week.
Unbelievable.
Right. Awesome.
All right. Well, that's about that though for Strats Weekly this week. Shout out to everybody who came. You guys are out there in the Twitch chat. If you watch this after the fact or listen to it on one of the podcasts, we appreciate y'all. We'll see you next week. Take it easy.
Auth's got a submarine to crash.
You have a submarine to deal with.